Here with Win the Day, where I just kind of break down something that's going to help us be successful every single day. So let's talk about balancing a busy week. Oh my goodness. I shared in my story, if you missed it, that literally this entire week, well, not Monday and Friday is not as busy, but Tuesday through Thursday, I literally just booked my entire calendar out. And I have been talking to people in the DMs, a few on my posts that are just like, how are you getting that done? Right? They want to be busy, but not this busy. And how am I balancing a week of doing that? So, here are a few things that I took into consideration before this week started, and then I'll give the update on how it's actually going, right? For most of us, if we know we're about to have a busy week in our brain, we think we got this all under control. Everything's going to work out great. And we think that literally things are going to go by schedule. I know better. Okay, that is absolutely a rookie mistake to think that you just are going to have it all together. So the first thing that I do is mentally prepare for the fact that this isn't going to feel balanced. I'm going to have a heavy work week, and that's the reality of it. So the things that are working currently in my favor is I have three kids. One lives on her own. She's an adult. The other two are home, and one is away at summer camp. So I only have one child. He can drive. He can get himself around. So I really don't have a child responsibility for the next 2 weeks. So I was intentional that when these other factors in my life kind of freed up some time and space, that I was intentional to fill this time frame with work. So that's a little bit of why I am choosing to do this, because I'm choosing to be more work heavy and less like house and family heavy, because everyone in my family is just my husband is home and my son, and he can drive. Everybody can take care of themselves. So that's the first thing. I wasn't expecting balance, and so I wasn't looking forward to it. I'm never going to be disappointed. Two, I block my time. So the thing that a lot of people neglect is, yes, I'm busy. Yes, there's a lot going on, but I still block in time in the middle of my day so that I can eat lunch. I don't start before 9:30, and that's early. I typically try to start my mornings at 10, just because I know me. I'm not a morning person. So I would never schedule somebody or talk to them at 8 o'clock in the morning, because you're just not going to get a good version of me. I'm going to be half asleep. And then I am particular about what time I end my day. So I block out my schedule so that I can still eat lunch, still check on stuff, still manage whatever else in my house needs to be managed, but also take as many appointments as possible. The other thing I'll admit, I do have a full schedule. Like today, I think I am going to end up talking to like 8 or 9 people. Totally a rookie mistake. Like, that was my fault. I did not intend to do that. I blocked out a bunch of time where people could schedule, but on my other calendar, which I primarily use Acuity, I set it so that I can only get a certain number of appointment types per day. So I think I have like four clients that I see per day is my number, or five at the most. So when I started using a separate calendar, because I didn't want people to have access to all this other stuff I had going on, I wanted to give them just one thing. So I used a different set, a different calendar. It did not give me that option, and I didn't think about it. So it allowed them to literally fill up my entire calendar. So it's good and bad. It's good that I'll get through a lot of people and talk to a lot of people and have a lot of meaningful conversations, but it's bad because, like, literally I'm just sitting in this chair all day long. So that's something that you should factor in. I don't recommend this unless you've been doing it a long time. And I am very prepared for all of my conversations. I have notes, I have questions, I have things that I'm talking to people about. So I am like, just ready to go and kind of working through my schedule like clockwork. So I don't recommend this at all if you are new and still learning your process. That's too many people to serve in one day. It's just too many. So that's the thing. I do block time. I do give myself breaks. And then I also schedule my appointments where I know that I really only need 30 minutes with a person. I blocked out 45 because I'm meeting people on Zoom. Sometimes they have an issue coming in. Sometimes they're a talker and they want to talk long. So that way I'm never late to my next appointment. And then I also gave myself a little bit of time afterwards because I'm trying to take care of my body and still drink my water. So, you gotta go to the bathroom or you gotta get up and refill your water or get a snack. So it gave me a little bit of wiggle room in between each person. So that is also a great way to kind of balance a busy schedule. And the last thing that I'll say is I know that I'm forcing a lot of stuff into my schedule right now because I'm getting ready to travel. So I'm happy to dump a whole bunch of stuff in now so that I can relax a little more when I go away and I don't have my phone ringing and I'm not focused on being on Zoom all day long. So that was another motivator for me. And speaking of which, I will be teaching a workshop next Saturday. So that's July 23rd. Make sure you join me. We're talking about, it's a live workshop. So that means it's interactive, it's live. All of my workshops are, you come and we work through something. And when it's over, you have that thing accomplished. So I don't put 50 items on the agenda. I put very few. We work through it. We talk through it. We make it applicable to your business. And that's what we're going to do on July 23rd. We're talking about work from anywhere. So I'm going to talk about some of the major steps that I took because my previous business was a commercial kitchen, you guys. I was a baker for 13 years. 13 years I was in a commercial kitchen. So you knew exactly where I was going to be. It was in that kitchen. It had an address, brick and mortar. And as I built my bakery, we were in, I think it was 4 locations, one of which was a franchise. And so I learned a ton about business. And that's where I really started coaching other people because I hired people who wanted to start their own businesses and help them. And then all of my friends and family and people I knew would come to me when they were starting businesses. So that's when I understood my true calling as a business coach. And I started coaching people years ago, but now that's what I formally do. So how do you make that jump from I literally show up to a location every day and my business is dependent on a location? How do you make a transition mentally, physically, just organizing yourself to what I now have is a work from anywhere lifestyle? So I do work from home a lot, but I also work from the football field. I was shooting a live somebody was commenting on when my son had football practice. Like I can be anywhere else that I need to be, including travel. That's the part that I like. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what those different stages are, because for a lot of you, it's going to be transitioning from your job to working for yourself, or working for yourself and being a little more remote, or being a little more organized with your work from home situation. And then if you're forward thinking to work from anywhere, we're going to be talking about what that takes as a mental shift. So join me next weekend, July 23rd. You can go to my link in bio. It has the link for the event. I created that event in a Facebook group. So if you're a part of the Facebook group, it's there. Otherwise, follow through with the link. You guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.